Hey, it's Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. You know what that means? Total Schmidt Show. Nick Voss is my guest today. Nick Voss from Dollar Quartet. When I worked with him on the Getaway, Norwegian Getaway. Buckle up. Hey, welcome to Total Schmidt Show. How you doing? I'm back at sea. Here's what you're going to get from this show. It's kind of like quarantine comedy, except I'm not going to be home. Actually, it's kind of like quarantine comedy and a combination of all the stuff I've done online over the last year or so. There's sketch stuff, live stuff, stand-up stuff, travel stuff, and of course, conversations with others who do the same things that I do on a daily basis. That's it. That's the whole show. And I'm going to record it all and put it on the intraweb. Sometimes. Usually late. Always late. Maybe. I don't know. And weekly? Nah, maybe. Sort of. Could be. Either way, sit back. I hope you enjoy whatever the hell it is I put together for this week on Total Schmidt Show. Hey, it's me. What's up? How you doing? Welcome. I'm enjoying Cabo. You can see Cabo behind me. I'm enjoying Cabo from my cabin today because I have work to do. See, that's how committed I am, so to speak. Also, I don't want to take the tender. If you're watching the show, it's Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. It's Total Schmidt Show. Talk to entertainers everywhere. Thanks for tuning in. If you watch it regularly, thank you for being back. If you're here for the first time, do me a favor. My socials are up here. Subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing. It helps me big time. You're going to enjoy the show. I travel the world, talk to entertainers. We talk about traveling the world and being entertainers. So there you go. Please give the video a thumbs up. Like I said, you can follow us on social media. Mr. Lenny Schmidt everywhere. All the tags and stuff are right above me. Today it's Nick Voss, who's a good friend of mine, and I worked with him on the Getaway. I've worked with him many times before. He plays Elvis on the Dollar Quartet on the Getaway. And he does that performance, and he does that. He plays Elvis in many places. You'll see during the interview, he's quite good at playing Elvis. So he's a great guy. It's a great conversation. We had a good time. Sit back and enjoy my conversation with the one and only Mr. Nick Voss. Nick Voss. Fucking damn. All right, man. We're on. Dude, yeah, I'm glad this fucking worked out because we tried to do it before and it just didn't work out.
I know, right? Yeah, you hit me back up a couple, like during the pandemic.
Yeah, right.
With Jeff, yeah, and you had that show with him, and yeah, man, I was kind of busy, like life is really busy too, and I've got my wife, she's from Italy, so like we're always trying to figure out, you know, we're newly married, so we just got the green card thing settled up, and
oh, good for you guys.
Yeah, yeah, we're always you know, work-life balance, and we're constantly living out of our luggage, so
that's cool though. Dude.
Yeah,
that's
man.
gonna be cool to be traveling with your wife that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really cool when the ship fucking works with you. You know what I mean? That you guys have the same contract, especially since you're really you're in different shows. But I didn't realize you did both shows till that night when I went and saw Burn the Floor.
Yeah, I've been doing it since was it now like 5 years on and off.
Wow.
At Dollar Quartet and Burn the Floor.
Dude, that's a full plate for you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a week, that's a lot of rehearsal and performing and fucking. You gotta be wiped. No one. You know what I mean? That's
I think if I'm not 100%, it's a lot tougher to get through.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling good, it's something that I feel like I've gotten used to. Maybe just doing it so long. In the beginning, it was extremely difficult trying to like. I had never done anything like this, 2 production shows.
Right.
And when you're doing 2 full techs, it's almost like 10 shows a week. It's insane.
Yeah, the schedule's gotta be crazy. Plus how demanding both shows are. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a lot. It's not just like you go in, throw out a couple of lines, you know what I mean, or even dance, do a number.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, you're selling it, you know. It's
I guess the cool thing is just being able to jump back and forth between 2 different worlds. I feel like maybe if you're doing one thing, it could probably be a little bit monotonous, you know. But being able to do Burn the Floor as myself and just singing and performing with those dancers, I think that kind of gives me a little bit of life from the constant performing throughout the week.
Yeah, dude. One of the reasons, like, I'm fully convinced that every actor has some sort of ADD. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
yeah.
because you're doing two different shows, it's like different stuff all the time. You're constantly, even though you're in the same two shows,
Right.
you're bouncing back between two completely different worlds. One is like Nick. We talked a little bit. Colin and I talked. You guys are just musicians and jamming.
Yeah.
In $1 Million Quartet.
Of course.
And then in the Burn the Floor, it's a whole different performance.
Yeah, it would Burn the Floor because there's backtrack and you've got percussionists up there. It's kind of like more of like a, I guess like pop driven.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my Britney moment.
Yeah.
You know, with the microphone, and I'm just kind of up there doing the thing. And then with $1 Million Quartet, yeah, you've got the guitar on, and it's all live music, and there's the acting, and I think there's also the pressure of playing Elvis, which is another thing every week that I go through. Some weeks I feel great, and other weeks I feel that that pressure from the audience, like expectations are high.
Dude, this got to be enormous. I mean, Elvis is easily, everybody in the world knows him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a character that every time you play him, someone's going to be judging you completely on whatever it is you're doing.
Of course, because everybody has their memory of what Elvis was to them, whether it was in the movies or the '68 comeback or early Elvis from Sun or Vegas Elvis. So
yeah, there's different versions.
Yeah.
Dude, my mom was a huge Elvis fan.
Really?
I mean, enormous. In fact, one of the shittiest things I ever did as a kid, I'll never forget this. This is horrible. I was just a kid, dude. He was 77 when he died. 77, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. My brother and I were watching a baseball game. In the one room, my mom was in the bedroom, and the TV came on and said Elvis had just died. But my brother and I both ran back to the bedroom, and it was like a contest to see who could tell her first.
Oh,
and we didn't know what we were doing. We were kids, so we barged in the room, and we're like, Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis died. Elvis. And my mom, she was, don't fuck around with me. And I'm like, no, Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. And then she was in front of the TV for like 4 days.
And that news must have been crazy. And he was 42, and he just, oh man,
dude, it was a horrible story at the end. I mean, I didn't see the last movie that just came out.
You'd love it. It's really good.
Really?
Yeah. To me, it's a masterpiece. If you're an Elvis fan, you love the movie.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I think Austin Butler did a terrific job, and I think like it's. I feel like it's more centered around the Colonel,
right?
Which was Elvis Presley's manager, and Tom Hanks plays the Colonel.
Yeah, right.
And it's just a really great story told by Baz Luhrmann. I mean, who's the same director who, I don't know if you've seen like Great Gatsby or Moulin Rouge. Yeah, it's kind of exaggerative and big and artsy.
Oh, that's great though.
Yeah, for Elvis, it's a terrific way to tell his story.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, they definitely go over like the end. You know, him being on the pressured and with the shows in Vegas, and he gets kind of pigeonholed there.
Right.
With the Colonel's mafia dealings and all this stuff, they get into it. It's really cool. It's really interesting.
I want to check out some of that stuff, dude, man. I always wonder what Elvis would have turned into if he didn't go to Vegas. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like what route he would have went. You know?
Yeah, I feel like at one point they kind of show you when two other guys get involved, two gentlemen I think who helped the Stones and James Brown, and I feel like if Elvis was led by some other guys, I feel like maybe he would have started writing music. And
more of an artistic.
Angle. Maybe like really like get in the studio, and we would have seen Elvis in the '80s and maybe like a different Elvis.
Yeah, I think about that a lot. Yeah, especially when I see older performers now out there, and it was messed up at the end for him, but the guy he was so talented. He was unbelievable. There's a video of him on YouTube that I saw where he's talking to the audience. He's struggling. He's at the stage where he's really, really struggling. And there was something they were going to do a production, but he decided to sit down at a piano and he played a song. But when he played the song, he crushed it.
Yeah,
and he played it and he sang, and it was money, and it was kind of out of character for Elvis at the time. That was the big showy Elvis.
Yeah.
It was a moment of him really being a musician.
He's just. He sang with all his heart all the time.
Yeah.
He was such a passionate singer, and he, of course, he didn't know anything about music, but he felt it, and he was able to like play anything, and he put his mind to and put his hands on.
Yeah, right.
It's really a great story.
How did you get into doing Elvis stuff?
When I was really young, I was hanging out in my grandma's living room watching TV, and I think I was watching a cartoon, Lion King, and something happened to it. Anyway, my parents put this Elvis movie marathon on. That was what was on cable television. And I got obsessed. I became obsessed. And my parents recorded everything to his movies. And then I remember watching them for weeks. And then my mother just came up with the idea of putting me into this Elvis tribute Elvis competition, Elvis impersonator competition.
How old were you?
5 years old. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was 5 years old, and my dad like put like the like makeup on me and the wig, and they put the outfit on me. Yeah, they were just into it,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
And they were really cool for that too. I think they were just kind of like feeding my obsession at the moment.
Right.
And so yeah, I mean, I was really in love with Elvis when I was younger, and then I kind of went through this phase in the middle as I was entering, teenage years, where I rebelled against it.
Right.
I was doing it so much, I was just like, no, I want to be me,
You're
and
teen, right?
yeah,
Exactly.
I want to do rock and roll. I
You
want
don't know anything,
yeah,
Mom.
exactly, yeah. And she was like, one day you'll be on a ship and you'll be performing and you'll be in Vegas. And I was like, no, I can't leave my friends behind. And now I'm
Did
on a
she say
ship.
that, really?
Yeah, I swear to God. Yeah, I always tell her, I'm like, you're kind of like a witch. You put me on this ship, Now I'm stuck here for 5 years. No, I'm not stuck
Yeah,
here.
right,
But
right,
yeah.
right.
But yeah, I've been here now for 5 years playing Elvis Presley, like,
Right.
and and playing a young Elvis Presley, which I feel like is kind of like, a little bit more
Yeah.
demanding physically.
Yo, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to get into 70s Elvis and like kind of slow it down a bit, just
Wear a jumpsuit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Just
exactly,
kind of
yeah.
let yourself go a little bit.
yeah,
get a little
yeah,
pouch.
just chill and wear the bling, I
Yeah,
love it.
It's great. Getting old is great, dude. When you give up, it's great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
I'm
And he
done.
gave up in a cool way. You know what I mean? He just kind of like stood there, did his thing. Yeah.
Still had the scarves and the whole vibe and everything.
Oh yeah, man. Still
Yeah.
a player. Still a player.
Dude, that's awesome. So was it always Elvis? Did you ever, when you were a teen, did you go and do any bands or anything like that?
Yeah, I did. When I was younger, I was in a couple of grunge metal bands.
Were you really?
Yeah, I had like the long hair.
Dude, do you have any footage of any
I
of
got.
this stuff?
I'll show you some of that stuff. I've got it on YouTube. If you look up, I was in a band called Fate Suspended.
Dude, I'm gonna tag it in the show. I'll
Yeah,
tag it for
yeah.
sure, dude. Yeah.
I'll probably even send you some funny
please
photos.
do, yeah.
I have like
Oh, dude, I'll
like
pop 'em up during
goatee,
the
long
show.
hair, guitar on. Yeah.
The angsty fucking teenager.
Yeah, man, it's
at
funny.
the grunge time.
You
know
go
what I mean?
through all these different. I mean, it's like what I was into, and I had some friends, honestly, who were, I think I was like the Elvis of my friends, because like they were true musicians. They were, drop D tuning, playing their guitars.
Right.
They had introduced me to different brand guitars, Gibson, Ibanez, Paul Reed Smith. I didn't know
right.
anything about anything
Yeah, right.
until I hung out with my friends, and then I remember just being like, "Hey, can I get up on the stage with you guys?" And like, "Well, what do you play?" And I was like, "Nothing."
Nothing?
Yeah, and they're like, "Well, we got to teach you." And it was hanging out with those guys that kind of taught me how to really play music,
Right.
And it's funny because it paid off years later when I had to audition for this show. And they were like, "Do you play guitar?" I'm like, "Yeah, I play guitar," and it was a lot easier playing this music. I would say is not as challenging as playing like grunge metal.
Yeah, right.
And I feel like that's a little bit more technical. So
Yeah.
but
I
it's
don't know a lot
yeah.
about music, but that earlier music is all about the chords and playing the guitar.
Right,
It's
you
not-
got a lot of the same progressions, and many of the songs it's kind of the same, just in a different key. But yeah, I would say there is some technicality though in the simple side of the music from
of course,
from
yeah,
back
yeah.
then. It was still very challenging. You can ask Colin. Colin is somebody who, I mean, he's
No, we
really
talked about it
technical
a
in his
little bit,
play.
yeah.
Yeah,
He,
he's got a lot of finesse and dynamic in his guitar playing too, which is really, really great.
Dude, I love his guitar playing,
Yeah.
actually. In fact, I like the way that show opens with him just rocking out. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? The show just
Oh.
opens with him jamming, which is a
Yeah,
great...
he's a guitar wizard. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's just such an energetic way to open a show. It's like, bam! It's like right in your face.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's great.
Blue suede shoes. Boom.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah. Well, dude, it's interesting to me because, dude, you come from all different worlds. Did you go to any type of theater or acting class or...
I didn't have any like formal theater training. It's
Right.
so funny because if you tell me like stage left or upstage,
The text
I'm
and stuff,
like
yeah.
all over the place.
Right,
I don't know
right.
anything. But when I was younger, my mom, bless her, she like did everything she could to put me in like film and television classes.
Okay.
And I think that kind of like prepared me for just for the stage. I mean, in a different way,
Right.
because I've tried just to apply what I know the best way I can with what I'm doing now. But yeah, I mean, I had no formal singing training or like
Wow.
in school training.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
remarkable. Dude.
yeah. I just,
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you're really in love with something, if you obsess over a character like Elvis, I mean, I feel like that can be enough. you know. And whenever I see someone who's playing a character like Michael Jackson or Freddie, you know, if I can tell if that person loves that character that they're playing,
right.
And I feel like that comes a long way.
Right.
Even the Elvis movie, if you watch it now, I mean, they got a guy, I think, who was, and he said it in some of his interviews, he's allowed himself to obsess.
Mm-hmm.
He allowed himself to obsess over Elvis Presley, which I think helped him do a phenomenal job.
Oh, wow, right on.
So, yeah, I think that, you know, the formal training, yeah, I mean, I really wished when I was younger, you know, I was able to do some of that stuff, you know, but...
Yeah, but dude, there's also it's natural ability too. Like even if you have formal training, I mean, you're just naturally fucking good. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
To have that in you, like I can tell a lot of times too. Someone that's trained, I can tell with comics immediately. I know some guys are good writers, and they're just technically they know what to do. Then I know guys that are just naturally good. And
I feel like, and there's a lot you could learn. I mean, I work with so many people in this industry that do come from a trained background, and I try to pick up whatever I can from them though, because there's so much, you know, that's there.
Well, you pick up I'm a big believer you pick up something every day. So every performance, maybe there's a little thing or something or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're going to learn from those people around you, and especially because you're working on a cast, so everybody wants the show to be good. Right. You know, so you're all working together on that. Yeah. So it's a perfect mesh.
I feel like a good example is I remember working in this show a couple of years ago, and I'd see all the actors standing still during a scene, you know, while someone was talking, and I was kind of like rocking back and forth, and I'm like, I'm the only one up here rocking back and forth while everyone's standing still. And then I'm like, I think I have to stand still with them. You know what I mean? And it's just, just like, let me just copy what everyone else is. Yeah. Right. So it's also being able to do this on a cruise ship for so long is also allowed all of us to hone our craft. Yeah. You know, if we don't do it one show, we can do it the next show. Yeah,
that's because you got it's 10 shows a week or whatever. You know what I mean? Like even for stand-ups, like I do 10 shows a week or different lines. You know, if you're doing, we're so fortunate. We're fortunate because we make a living performing our art. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, first of all, like you want to talk about if you have natural ability and you can perform this natural ability and make a living at it. Yeah. That's how lucky are we to pull that off. And then you do it so much all the time that you're constantly honing it. You're constantly perfecting it.
Yeah, and that's awesome for any performer. Right. You know, it's like this week, I mean, to bring it up, I was lip singing. You came to the show.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were gonna bring it up. All right.
Yeah, I don't mind bringing that up.
Dude, I didn't catch it at all. It's something fucking impressive.
Yeah, I got this infection, and I coughed all night, and it took out the mid part of my voice, so I could sing really low, and then I can do a falsetto, but I couldn't sing anything that I had to project from my chest. So, going into the show, they were like, "Oh, what do you want to do?
And
this
is Burn the Floor.
This is Burn the Floor. Yeah, this is for Burn the Floor, and this is a pop-driven show, so I really need that part of that in my voice." And I remember they're like, "What call do you want to make?" And I'm like, "You know what? Let's do some lip singing." And the reason why I said that is because our understudy wasn't able to get on. Right. And then I really couldn't do it, but physically I could be there for the show. Sure. I was like, yeah, I can get up there, I can shake around, I can move, I can do some of my things, you know. So they're like, all right, if you don't mind doing it. And that was actually a learning experience in itself, because the first show it felt really weird. I felt actually kind of lame, and then the second show, I found myself trying to be good at it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is what it's like to be Britney Spears, or this is what it's like to be, you know, these guys.
SNL. This is how they do it in the whatever.
Yeah, of course. So it's just every week something different. And then it felt good to get my voice back the next day, which was good. I was able to do. Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, we get 200 plus shows to experiment.
But that's such a great the show must go on moment too.
Yeah, that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that too.
I mean, because think about, like, I was looking from the other aspect. The guests that are on this cruise, some of these people, this is their only vacation for the whole year. Right. So some of these people, and I have been on the Getaway before, some of these people have seen these shows, and they come back, and they have 1 week to see it, and they've been thinking about it for months.
And there's, you know what's crazy? We have a fan, I won't say, but he's always around. Yeah. And he himself didn't even recognize that I was lip singing, and it wasn't even my voice. So I was like, "Oh, come on," you know. And he's seen so many of our shows, and it's just it's really
that's wild. And they nailed it. Yeah, I had like I said, I had no clue. They told me later.
Says a lot about my voice, right? No, just it's like I don't remember how he sounds.
What happened, man?
Yeah.
Well, that's all, dude. That's well, dude. That's great, man. You're incredibly talented. That's awesome. Yeah, I had
Thanks,
no
man.
idea.
Yeah.
Did you know? What's your wife's name?
Alessia.
Did you meet her on the? You obviously
Yeah, I
on the
met her
show.
here.
Right.
Probably it was actually during my first contract on
Yeah.
board. And she's a dancer for Burn the Floor,
Right.
and we met. We met on stage pretty much. I mean, I'd seen her around, but we didn't really speak until it was an on-stage moment where she hit me in the nose during a staging moment.
Okay.
And it was during a show, and she came up to me saying sorry, and then it was like shortly after that we became friends, and then we started dating, and now she's my wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you guys live? Do you have a place off ship or?
Well, I feel like we live out of Miami, but we live in Italy too, which is
Right.
her home. And then we're kind of like at the moment all over the place because
Yeah, right.
we work so much. I'll be doing a contract out of North Carolina or in California, or she'll be working out of Colorado. And we'll try to just make it work. So we're just like 3 months here, 4 months there,
Right.
back at home in Miami, back on the ship.
Nice.
And I figure we're gonna do this as long as we can until we have kids, I guess.
Dude,
You
that's
know?
badass, man.
Yeah.
When my wife and I got married, I met her in acting class, and she was an improv actress in Chicago and stuff.
Right,
But
right.
for the first 5 years, you know, I toured a little bit. I did acting class, and it was a cool time to be a couple because we lived in the city of Chicago.
Right, right.
So, and she was a bartender, so we'd hang out at the bars. And I remember those times because we planned to have kids. We were lucky enough to plan it.
Yeah, that's
and,
cool.
And nail it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like she also was she was also one of these people that was like, if she was on the pill, and if she wasn't,
Yeah.
she got pregnant immediately. So the
Oh,
second
yeah,
we
of
said,
course.
let's have
Yeah.
kids, she was pregnant like within 2 weeks.
Wow.
We just nailed it. But the first 5 years are such a cool time that it's just you and your wife hanging.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
kind
mean?
of like, I feel like we're going through that now. That's really cool, man.
Yeah, that's the best time because you guys get. I mean, it's a cool because your relationship is going to grow.
Right.
You know, I mean, mine grew into divorce, so hopefully yours isn't. Gonna
Oh
go that
no!
way.
Oh
Yeah,
my
don't-
god!
I don't want to make it sad for you.
It's like it's gonna just go and
No, and
just
then it's
all right.
fucking. Yeah, this is the end of the show. And
Right.
then it's all hell, Nick. Get
Oh
out.
my gosh!
But that's the coolest time. Was those first 5 years because you just have so much couple time.
Yeah.
You know, and we did everything from going out to eat to hanging out to cooking together to traveling to doing all kinds of stuff. Man.
Yeah.
And you guys are blessed to be able to do it on the ship, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we try to, we share this same cabin, actually, the same size cabin
Yeah,
together.
how's that? Is that good?
Sometimes it's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes
I knew you'd say that,
I'm
bro.
like, I just wish you had another cabin to run away to. She knows that.
Yeah, right.
But
I'm sure she feels the same way, bro.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Because everybody
That's
needs their
also
space.
I feel like that's also made our relationship pretty strong. But at the same time, yeah, it's it's not normal. It's
Right.
I feel like most couples have that time. It's like, okay, honey, I'll see you later. I have work. They see each other after 5, or
Yeah, right.
But we're around each other constantly, so it's
Dude,
it's actually crazy because when we do separate, it's harder.
Yeah.
Like we get a little bit more emotional, maybe just because we're always with each other.
Yeah, right,
So
right.
it's not a bad thing, I
Yeah.
feel like it's just a different style of a
Plus, you
relationship.
guys work together a big part of the week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're in the same show part of the
Same show. We see each other as she's flipping around. I see her upside down flying. Also, she knows like when I'm going through stuff. It's so funny because she's not a singer. She's a dancer, but
Okay.
she can look over and she's like, "Your voice is going through something this week," because she's been listening to me sing for so long.
Yeah, she knows,
So she
right.
really knows, and that's really cool.
That's
to
awesome,
have that.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like as a partner, dude.
Yeah, it really
Basically,
is.
It's
It
totally
really
a
is.
partner, man.
Yeah, 100%. It's a blessing.
And how often? That's great. And then you go to Italy. Obviously, her family's over there.
Yeah,
right?
she's from southern Italy, so we get over there, and the culture is really the culture difference is vast, and it's awesome because we're really close. Me and her family, and they're really loving people.
Right.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I would love to live there. I think
Yeah.
she's kind of opposed to it because she'd rather be in the States. There's more opportunity and more things for us, but I just want to like run away
It
to
sounds
Italy.
like it'd be cool there, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never even been there.
Yeah,
I've never
the
been to Italy.
food, it's incredible.
No.
Yeah,
I've been to Croatia, Zagreb, which is just a couple hours south, I believe, of the border. I think.
Right.
It was one of the places we went to was an Italian. Went to a pizza place.
Oh, cool.
And this guy came from Italy to make the pizzas. They told me a lot of their food is based on basically it's a combination of German and Italian food.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
great. So I would love to go to Italy. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried to? Well, $1 Million Quartet's only on this ship anyway, right?
Right.
We
No,
would-
we have it. Well, we have it in the States.
Yeah,
regionally, yeah.
But if you're going to be on a ship, and this ship, where does this ship go elsewhere? Like you guys are here now, but where
Well, I don't think we're gonna cross this time, but most of the time we do cross. Like
Right.
we'll cross over to Europe,
Right.
get over to France, and then like from there we'll just go straight to her
Right.
home in Italy. But this time we'll be staying from here to New York. I think at one point we'll start going to New York. back
Okay,
and forth.
cool.
But it's Western Caribbean. I love this itinerary.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I love the ports of Puerto Plata.
Dude, I love San Juan. Is great.
San Juan.
I
Yeah,
wish we
St.
had more
Thomas.
time there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just you get back early. I'm like, oh, I would love to be here till like 6 or 7.
Yeah, it
It's a
gets like that
beautiful
also
city.
when you're working too. It's like you got to work on the ship, and you're just like, I wish I could get off right now.
Yeah, right.
But when you do get off, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, and it's a perfect combination of, I think, city and beach. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
San Juan, you get to go check out the city and do some stuff,
Right.
and then we're at the beach on the island one day. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
or you can just stay right there by the port and get that feel too.
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Yeah, I
It's
really
dynamite.
really love this itinerary.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you? So you guys just got on, so you're gonna be here for like another 5.
Yeah, we'll be here till May, April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, how long is $1 Million on this ship? Do you know?
I think we just got an extension, so I think it'll be on this ship for a lot longer.
Okay.
Another couple years.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I think families really enjoy this show.
Yeah.
You know, and the characters are pretty timeless. You got Johnny Cash, Elvis, Jerry Lee. I mean, Jerry Lee Lewis just passed away.
I know, dude. I just
Yeah,
saw that.
That's crazy.
When Colin walked out. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace. And we just actually had a meeting for that. We're gonna say something before the show.
That's sweet. That's
So,
nice, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
yeah. It's really something when you're
You're gonna do
You
it
know-
at the top of the show.
top of the show.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
At the 7, so I'll miss the first 10 minutes of your show. if I
Oh,
come in.
okay.
Well, that's too bad. All right. Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah, man.
But you're right about the timeless. Like I was talking to Colin about it. First of all, this show is awesome because it's like watching a rock concert in a play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just you guys out there jamming and singing, and like everybody knows the songs. Everybody knows all. Everybody's a big fan of at least one of the characters.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
So you could worldwide, like anywhere you go, people know Elvis. People know Johnny Cash.
Yeah, we have a really nice response from the crowd, and honestly, like everyone in this show, the chemistry right now is just so good. Like from our Sam Phillips to our Jerry Lee, and everyone knows each other. So when we're looking at each other on stage, we're not just shooting lines at each other. We're kind of in it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have your parents been able to come on the ship and see you at the show?
Yeah. Oh, they love it when they come to cruise. You know,
Yeah.
they enjoy the ports too.
Dude, I
and
bet. Yeah,
And the
dude.
drinks, and then they get to see the show. And my mom is, she's a real character too, because she's in the audience, like screaming. Yeah.
Dude, I bet if she was pushing you at 5, you know what I mean? I guess
Oh, yeah.
she's got to be into it 100%.
She takes full credit.
I bet.
She takes full credit. She says it out loud.
That's
to
really
everyone.
good
She's
for
like,
her, man. Owning
I
it.
did this.
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
because
yeah.
of me. I told
Yeah,
you.
100%.
It's the one time you're okay with it. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's such a weird destiny thing. It's like it makes me think of. I don't know what makes me this story. Like, have you ever seen the video of? It was almost the opposite, where your mom was telling you that you were going to succeed at this, and there's a million kids that go tell their parents, and I'm going to go off and do this.
Yeah.
There's a great video. I was a huge Rush fan from Canada. Rock
Oh,
band.
yeah.
There's an actual video of Alex Lifeson at the dinner table telling his dad he's dropping out of high school to join this band Rush. And his dad is like, "This is not going to go anywhere. You're not going to do anything." It's actually on video.
I'd love to see that.
It's in there's a documentary. I don't have it with me. There's a documentary. You can see it, but it's probably the only time in history that speech has been told, and it actually came true. Because there's been a million high school kids that went, "Fuck you, man. I'm going to go be in this band." You know, and then a year later they're like,
man.
"Not." But this guy, this is Alex Lifeson at 18. I think we got something here, Dad.
Damn, man.
Yeah,
I'd
right.
love to see that.
Yeah, it was pretty powerful. It's impressive.
I'm into all those videos. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a great. I was a huge Rush fan, so it was great to see. Well, so you're going to keep if when you leave, somebody else comes here and plays the role. Now, you do it on land. Where's $1 Million Quartet playing on land?
I mean, I know, as far as I know right now, it's going to be playing out of somewhere in Boca, Florida.
Okay.
Any theater that gets the rights to it can do it.
Right.
So at the beginning of the year, I don't really know what the season looks like as of right now, but last year I did it in North Carolina at a Flat Rock Theater.
Nice.
Then I've done it out of the Pacific Conservatory Theater in California out of Santa Maria.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
beautiful
it's
there.
really nice to go out and do this show, which we know, and to do it with a different cast, different production style,
Right.
different costumes. and then also get to enjoy a different part of the country.
The country, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
Colin
yeah.
does the same thing. When we leave the ship, Colin will be like in Utah doing this,
Right.
and I'll be, you know, North Carolina. We've been trying to link up on the same one
Oh,
on
that'd be
land
cool.
for
Yeah,
a
have you ever
while.
land sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I think we all had the opportunity to do one over the summer, but I took an opportunity last minute south, and then they were like, "Oh, it's okay," and then they were like, "Oh, we don't like our Elvis," and then like, "What did you do to us?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Thanks a lot, asshole.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that.
Yeah. Dude, fine, please.
Yeah,
Watch
Colin's
my
like,
show.
"You're saying stuff."
Colin's like, you're saying stuff. What's
Yeah,
wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But yeah, man, I love doing this show, man. Especially out of places like North Carolina,
Yeah.
where we get like, I feel like we get the following down there. You know, people, Johnny Cash fans.
Yeah,
you know,
right, 100%.
Elvis Presley
It's got that
fans, you
country
know.
vibe down there.
We're a lot
you know what I mean?
closer to Memphis, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
The rockabilly thing.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? It's big time down there.
Really cool.
Dude, it's such a good opportunity, and you play these characters forever, man. These characters are larger than life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
We'll see. As I'm getting older, I'm starting to accept it more. You
Yeah?
know, I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll be playing Elvis in the jumpsuit one day.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
they should do a later version of $1 Million Quartet.
Yeah. Oh, right.
You know what
Yeah. We'll see. We got the Christmas show coming up, so that'll be kind of fun.
What's the deal with the Christmas show?
We do just like Christmas songs.
Oh,
like,
oh,
each
shit, yeah, right
production
on.
will do their own little Christmas bit.
Blue Christmas?
Yeah, like I'll probably do Blue Christmas.
Yeah,
I
dude,
could
that's
do that.
badass.
Yeah,
My mom loved that song. Yeah.
yeah, I gotta get the leather for that.
Yeah, right on
do,
the
like,
six from the
68
comeback, yeah.
yeah. Do the whole like.
You got to have a full leather suit. Somewhere,
Right. Yeah, I used to have one when I was younger. I just don't have one that fits me now. I gotta
Yeah?
get one that. Yeah, I gotta get an adult size one.
You need a grown up size.
Yeah.
one.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, that's right.
Yeah, man.
Right on. Well, dude,
Yeah.
good man. Thanks for, dude. Where are your wife going to go from here? Are you thinking long term somewhere or?
You know, man. Right now, we're just trying to save up for our house in Miami. I think
Nice.
we're gonna buy like our first official like place together.
Right on.
I mean, because we had a place out of the pandemic, but it was just short term
Right.
because we were trying to like house up
Right,
during
right.
that time. But now we want to find something that's gonna be a little bit more us. You know, a townhome, something
Yeah.
like that. You know. And we like Miami and how it looks. So
Well, dude, this is a perfect. It's a good. This is why another reason it's a good gig. You're on the ship for 6 months at a time together.
Absolutely.
Guys are saving money, just pocketing it away. You know what I mean? And then you
Yeah.
buy a ship place in Miami, which is great if you're on ships. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, you don't pay for room and board. You just save, and I think you just got to stay healthy,
Yeah.
stay smart.
Yeah. That's the thing. First thing I learned early on the ships is like, I go to the gym a lot and I eat right. Like I eat really well on the
Right.
ships, Because early on, after 2 weeks, I was like, man, I could see I gained weight quick.
Right,
You
of
know?
course. Yeah. You get
And
through
you're
the
like,
travel
oh,
part,
man.
then you get here, you get excited. And
Yeah.
then-
And then you go and you get the food when you first get here, you're like, this food is great. And
Yeah.
it's still good, but if you don't eat right, man, you're gonna be in.
So true.
I'm like, I can totally see myself falling apart here, so I better focus on what I'm doing.
you become Elvis.
You
the
in real
70s
life,
Elvis.
and then dude, the older
Up there
you-
with the chops.
Yeah.
Like, oh, just the peanut butter and jellies, the peanut butter banana sandwiches.
You got no fried banana,
Yeah, what's going on, man? That's too funny, man.
dude. All right, well let's wrap it up, man. Do me a favor.
Yeah, man.
What socials do you want people to follow you on? Is there anything you want to plug? What do
Yeah,
you-
I've got at the Nick Voss on Instagram, also on TikTok, and I have my music coming out over the next couple of months. A single called "Whatever You Want," produced by Nathan Walters, which is going to be really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music. You can find me right now on Spotify if you just want to find Nick Voss. You can hear all my music that I put out. I put it
Okay.
out every couple of weeks. So
You got a lot of original stuff on there?
yeah,
or-
I got some original stuff on there. Yeah,
Dude,
doing,
right on.
yeah,
All right.
man. I
I'll
think
make
you'll-
sure the links are in the thing so people can get to it.
for
man.
sure, man. Yeah,
Dude, right
absolutely.
on. Dude, thank you for coming. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man. Thank
All right,
you.
man.